All right, gang, welcome back to our Island Preservation Challenge here on Ronida Island. It is April, and we have got a lot to do, I did a little bit off camera of picking up some of this grass over here. There's still quite a bit to do. I think I've kind of made the decision, just based off of how long it's taken us to pick this up, to make an upgrade to this today as well when we sell the clothes. By the way, we are going to be selling the clothes today. The price is still going up right now. I'm going to hold off for a little bit longer, but we're going to be selling that relatively shortly here, and it's going to make us a lot of money. I've actually already picked up all of the pallets with the auto load trailer. A little finicky there, but we did get them all loaded. It took a little longer than I think it should have, but regardless, we did get them all loaded up on there. It is prepped and ready to go. It's just a matter of us taking that down there. Also, we need to probably get some gas here for this tractor. And yeah, we need to get started with some workers working on getting the fields harvested for us, and we're going to do that here in just a moment. I'm going to get one more full load here of grass, and probably consider taking this up there to sell as well. Other things we're going to do today. We are going to likely move the sheep today as well. We're going to sell what we have in there. Some of them are not going to be at the specific age where Crestu made the modification to the rules. It's okay. We technically already broke the rule on selling the sheep early on in the series anyway when we were struggling. I'm going to break the rule one more time. I thought we had a lot more sheep in there than we did. We actually don't have that many, and we have a decent amount that are actually at the age where Crestu said you can go ahead and sell them outright without having to just move them, right? But to be fair and being fully transparent with you, we are going to be selling some that are not at that stage, right? So, but that's okay. That's all right. We're still going to be doing that anyway. It's going to be a better approach for us as we move forward here, and we're going to move them to a better location where, really it's a location that isn't really going to be utilized all that much. And so it's kind of perfect to put some animals on. Not really the most fit type of area for a field, right? So I think it's going to be helpful there. Now, we need to do some maintenance type of stuff as well. One thing we need to do is we need to buy some more of the mineral feed for the TMR. We are out of mineral feed, so we can do that when we go up to the shop, of course, later on. And sell the clothes, of course. We need to buy some more chickens, right? We've got the big wheat field to harvest, which is going to be great. We're going to fill up the pin here with the food for the chickens here. As you can see, they've got a decent amount still. This one doesn't have anything in it at all yet. It's going to today. We're going to be throwing some chickens in there, brand new chickens in there, and we're going to be utilizing a lot of that wheat, if not all of that wheat, for both of those pins there to get them up and running. So that's going to be good, right? That's going to be good for us. And, yeah, those are the main things. So the cotton harvest, the wheat harvest, getting the grass up over here, starting to get that field plowed up. And then, obviously, we have to do the plowing and putting oilseed radish in these two fields as well, right? So there is technically a lot to do today. And part of the rules also state you can only utilize one worker. I'm breaking that rule as well. There's really only 3 rules I'm breaking. One is selling of the animals for the sheep, but we're not going to be selling any more of the animals. The rest of the animals we have for the rest of the series are what we're going to have. Not planning on doing any more than that. So this is going to be the last time we break that rule. Second rule we're breaking is the number of workers, but 99% of the time, well, maybe I'll say 90% of the time, I will only be utilizing one worker, which is part of the rule. But I am going to break it a little bit more than maybe I should, because it's just going to help me progress the series a little bit more. So we're going to do that. Right now, we're going to actually start utilizing that, because I'm going to use worker on the cotton field here and a worker on the wheat field while we go and start selling stuff and get everything else set and prepped, right? So that's the goal. And then the only other rule I said I would break, which I'm actively breaking right now, is the auto selling, I guess is what I'll call it. It's not really what I was looking for, but you get the point. That is a rule I said from day one, from episode 1, that I would be breaking on console without having, the ability for a whole lot of auto load stuff. And now, to be fair, we just recently got an auto load thing. But I said from the beginning that would be one rule that I was going to change with my playthrough, and that stayed the same. So, there you go. Everything else is identical to how Crestu is running his series, so nothing else has changed from my perspective besides those 3 things. And remember, I'm on console, so some things are a little bit more difficult for me to do. It's not an excuse. I don't really want it to be an excuse. It's just the truth. It is what it is. I don't have all of the mods and the availability that he does. So we make do, right? We make do. We probably want to drop straw for this. So let's do that. And we'll put this on a worker. Again, this is going to be probably brief, but you never know, they might get it all done. Who knows? Nonetheless, we are going to put that on a worker for the time being, and we're going to head on up to the market there. And first thing we're going to do, honestly, is we're going to bring this and sell this. It's been great. I like it, but we need something bigger. Now that we've got such a heavy emphasis on sheep and cows, we need something bigger. So we're going to get rid of this. Obviously, I'm not going to buy anything right now while I'm up here. I'm going to leave this tractor up here, I think, for the time being. I think. Actually, no, I won't. No, I won't. Ignore that. I'm not going to leave the tractor up here. I'm going to bring it back. We're going to grab the windrower as well. I think we're going to sell that too. I know we just bought it in the last episode, and that seems counterproductive, and it is. Technically, I thought it was going to be a lot better for us than it actually was. The field itself just ended up being too large, and to be fair, we could have split it in half and probably have been fine. But I think as we move forward here, the fields are going to get larger and larger and larger, and I think it's going to be helpful for us to be able to have a larger windrower. Now, what I'm kind of considering doing is something a little bit different. I've used this, I know. It's been a while. It's not the exact same mod, but it's a similar type of mod that I've used before. And what that mod specifically is it's like a pull-behind windrower, or you can do it to the front, a 3-point attachment. The one I'm specifically looking at today is a pull-behind windrower. So the way it works is you put the tractor attached to this pull-behind windrower, and then you put your baler or your windrower, or not windrower, your baler or your forage wagon. In our case, for this series, we're going to be going the forage wagon route. And then it kind of kills two birds with one stone. So that's what we're going to be doing. And I will show you that here in just a second. So let's go ahead and sell this. And I'm going to repair this while we're here. It was only 61 bucks. We repaired it recently. I'm also going to pick up some gas while we're at it. And when we head back here, I'm going to show you what I'm talking about for this windrow, this pull-behind windrower, right? So we'll get that gas going while that's happening. Let me get to the right menu here. If I go to windrowers here, there is this trailed windrower. So like I said, you pull it behind, and then it connects to your whatever you're utilizing, the baler or a forage wagon, and kills two birds with one stone. So it's going to be pretty useful, I think, for us. So we're going to go for that route. Now, what's in the used market? Nothing. Of course not. There's a baler trailer, but really, we're not doing that. And then the dreaded potatoes, which I'm not going to do those today either. So, yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. As a matter of fact, I can probably go ahead and buy that right now, can I? How much was that? I think it was pretty expensive, if I remember correctly. It is. Yeah, it is pretty expensive. 10.3 meters. I mean, I kind of feel like maybe we should go for the higher one, although it gets a lot more expensive. Holy smokes, there's a 20-meter one for $100,000. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money. It needs 350 horsepower too, which we don't currently have. I tell you what, I'm going to hold off on buying it. I was going to buy it right now, but I'll just hold off on buying it for the time being. A couple reasons why. One, I want to see what forage wagon we get first and foremost. Two, right now the tractors we have, they're wonderful, but they don't really have tons and tons of horsepower, right? They've got some, but they don't have tons. This one has 225, and the John Deere is less than that. I think it's like 180, 175. So, that kind of tells you all you need to know right there, right? If we only have about 225, right? This one takes 150. This is 180. 240. So really, the highest we can do, at least right now, is 12-meter width, which 12 meters is pretty wide, right? That's a pretty large width. Probably isn't going to be a problem, really. 12 meters 12 meters might be the way to go there. I don't think that's necessarily going to be as bad as it may seem, considering how large it can be. Yeah, we'll think about it. But anyway, here you go. You can see the clothes that are just sitting there ready to go. You know what? Let's go sell them now. Forget it. We'll do the windrower later, or I can sell the windrower off camera later. Not a huge deal there, unless you really want to see it. And like I said, if we end up doing... well, I don't think I've actually said this yet. I think I just thought about it. There may be a chance we might do 2 episodes here in April. I'm not quite sure yet. To be fair, I don't think we necessarily need to, though, right? Because the only thing that we have, really, are these 2 fields down here. Everything else is kind of in a growing stage, and it's going to be in a growing stage for a while, right? So I don't necessarily think we need to do 2 episodes. I think we can probably skip that. In other words, I think we can... work on plowing the field up over here, getting it set today, don't have to drill anything, and then trying to do at least one of these fields after they're done harvesting today as well. I don't think it's going to be a problem. So we probably won't do 2 episodes in April. But you never know, right? You never know. We'll see. This is going to be big money, gang. This is going to be big money. 42,000 liters of close. Look at the money just pouring in, baby. Look at it pouring in. $565,000 for that, and we still have more to go. Oh, man, I love it. And another $226,359. We are near, it makes no difference, $150,000 away from the $1 million mark. That is insanity, gang. Absolute insanity. I love it. I love it. This shift we made is probably the smartest thing I've done. It's taken us a long time to get to the point where we're at now, but man, this has been a huge, huge help for the series, and we are really going to start to make some progress now. I'm probably going to be buying a lot more pieces of land here with this money. Like I said, we're going to spend a good chunk on it, a good chunk of it on some things. Manure spreader, bigger slurry spreader. I already told you the forage wagon, the windrower, pull behind windrower, right? All those things are going to happen. Really, we probably need a bigger tractor too. A bigger, get rid of the John Deere and get a bigger one. This one's great. This one's fine. I'm not sure we need to upgrade this one, but the John Deere with 175, it was great for a long time, and it was a workhorse for a long time. But I think it's time to move on and get a bigger one now, especially if we're going to start utilizing some bigger pieces of machinery here. We're going to need something with a little more horsepower, right? A little more horsepower is going to be useful. I think one thing was nearly full there, so we probably need to. Whoops, wrong one. We need to grab the trailer. I'm going to use the John Deere for this because, again, I think we'll be potentially selling this. Maybe not today, but soon enough. And we're certainly not going to use all $852,000 of that money today. I can tell you that right now. We are going to use a good chunk on the sheep. That is absolutely going to happen. And I think we're going to use a pretty decent chunk when it comes to buying a manure spreader and an upgraded slurry spreader, potentially. Not fully sold on the slurry spreader yet. Maybe, though. Maybe. Alright, worker has a full tank. There he is, unloading. Let's head on over here. So how's everyone doing today? Hope you're all doing well. By the time this video releases, I will be in what I like to call, and I'm sorry if you like it, the most miserable place on earth. You know what that means. To play on words, but you know what that means. I'm there with family, with my wife's family and the nieces who begged me, literally begged me to go. So I reluctantly said yes. How can you say no to a 6-year-old and a 3-year-old who are begging you? A little hard to do sometimes, right? So I'm going. It'll be fine, though. It'll be fine, right? But, yeah, so that's where I'm at. Dying in the heat of Florida. Like 100% humidity and 100 degree temperatures. It's gonna be a scorcher out there. But that's all right. That's all right. I'm going to let the workers continue to do the thing here. We've got a few other things we still need to do before we take over for a worker here. So I'm going to let them continue to do the thing. I'm going to move this. I think I'm going to put it over here, actually. Just kind of out of the way a little bit. We'll leave it connected here to the John Deere for the time being. Put it right there for now. Okay, so let's see. What do we want to do first? I guess the forage wagon stuff is what we should do because we still have that stuff sitting there. I say that stuff. We still have the grass sitting there. We need to get that up, right? Let's, for the time being, let's do just 12 meters. If we need to upgrade it again later, we can. It's not going to be a huge upgrade. I mean, it is, but the money-wise shouldn't be that bad at that point. Ooh, look at those puppies. Well, I'll take the extra $1,000 for the chunkies. Working lights. I don't even know where those are. I don't even see them. Am I missing it? Where are they? Oh, there they are. I see them. They're up there by the top of the wheels. Yeah, I don't need those. I don't need those. I'll take the extra money on the chunky tires, though. All right, 65,750 bucks. It's a lot. It's a lot. Gets us under 800,000, but I do think it's worth it. And then we want to upgrade our forage wagon, right? So, I don't know which one I want to go with. I'm going to leave it at that. There is the possibility to go the unrealistic route. I've said that many times before. I'm trying my best to not do that unrealistic route. I think in the rules it states try not to utilize super unrealistic things if at all possible. But I think most people are at this point. So this one has 31,000 liters. And it's 38. That's much larger than what we had. I think the one we had was this. Well, it was one of these. I don't remember which one it was. I think it was this one, but it might not have been. It might have been this one. Either way, I mean, that is a double, right? A round double. Well, we got to go with the medium tires. You know me. Silage tank additive. You know, I don't even... I mean, it will probably help in the long run. I know all of you have said that for sure it will, but... beater rotors. I don't really need the beater rotors. We're not doing beets right now. Let's change the color. I mean, I actually don't mind the color. The little red, white, and blue. I don't really mind it. Let's just stick with it. We'll stick with it. I guess it's more of a gray than a white, isn't it? But whatever. Yeah, let's stick with it. I don't really dislike it. 39,610. That's a lot better off, and it is a bigger capacity, so this should help. All right. I'm going to take the windrower up there right now. I might as well. You know, that's what we decided to buy. That's decided what we did. It's what we decided to do, excuse me. So I'm going to do it. We're going to take it up there and yeah. Get rid of it. It's unfortunate we bought it for one episode, but it is what it is. I should have just leased it. But we own it now, right? I try not to lease things as much as possible, even though that's a rule in this series. It's just I'm so used to not allowing myself to do any leasing. Don't love that for most series. I totally get it for this one, right? And if I would have considered that earlier on, we probably would have been in a lot better state early on in the series as well. We're way past that at this point, but just makes me come back to thinking about, you know, all the things that I did wrong at the very beginning of this series, like a lot of us did, and, you know, how much further along we could be at this point in the series if I wouldn't have made those mistakes and maybe went with a few more leasing items early on, right? That definitely could have helped us, but it is what it is. Look at those beasts, man. Look at them. Those things are beasts. Look at the big-ass tires on those things. I love it. I love it. If you're new and you don't know, I'm a lover of big, chunky tires. I prefer that over dualies. It's just my personal preference. Doesn't mean that I'm right. It's just what I like. The dualies are fine, but I don't know. I like wide tires better than anything else. I just think it looks so much better on a tractor. I think the stance looks good. It looks aggressive. I like it. I like it a lot. Okay, we are going to have to back this thing up, I think. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to back this thing up because it is going to be really difficult for me to back the windrower into this. If we had left it where it was, I'd be doing a whole little Austin Powers thing in the middle of the hallway. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should look it up. It's hilarious. Austin Powers trying to reverse a golf cart in the middle of a hallway. Look it up. I promise. It's hysterical. It's so funny. Okay. Awesome. So after making this upgrade, which we basically doubled the size here of the capacity of the forage wagon, which was great. Could we use something larger later on? Yeah, probably. But for now, this is going to be sufficient. I don't need to go anything crazy yet. But yeah, this is good, man. This is really good. This is really good. Now, what we want to do realistically, quick save here, but we want to do realistically with the new field we're going to create today, once we get all the weeded grass up off the ground that we mowed in the last episode, we want to turn that into an actual grass field, right? We want to make that a grass field for our sheep, for our cows, right? We need all of that grass because we don't really have any. Do we have some side of the hills here that we can mow and get? Sure, certainly we do. But we do need something a little bit more substantial for a while, and that is going to be substantial, and it's going to help us here. Now, eventually, it's not going to be a grass field. We're going to utilize it as a grass field realistically until our original coastal cotton field, the one way over there in the distance by that lone palm tree, basically until that field is ready to harvest. And then once that's done, we're going to kind of combine at least a portion of that field with the new field here we're going to turn into a grass field for a time being. And at that point, we're going to have to move the grass field somewhere else. I'm not quite sure where we're going to move that to yet. We haven't fully figured that out yet. We will, but we haven't figured that out yet. I'm excited to see this thing work, man. I have not utilized the pull behind one. The one I used in the past was the one you had attached to the 3-point hitch on the front of your tractor. This one is a little bit better for us overall because we can utilize it with this AGCO tractor because it doesn't have a 3-point hitch on the front, right? So this is actually a little bit better off for us to utilize. This thing is great, man. Look at it. I love it. Does mean our camera angles are going to be a little bit different than what we're used to. But this thing is, it's awesome. It's awesome. And we're able to pick up 2 windroad passes at a time now. Now, you might be saying you wasted a lot of time in the last episode. You're right, I did. I did waste a lot of time in the last episode. I said it wasn't going to be perfect. We're learning and modifying and making changes on the fly as we go here, gang. Okay, worker D is a full tank. Give me a moment here. We're going to unload that worker. Actually, I think we can get there without actually killing any of the crop. That's pretty amazing. Although when he turns around, we're not going to be able to, but I think we can get there. Yeah, we can get there. We'll be able to get him unloaded, and then when he turns around, though, he's going to say, something's in my way, which is fine, whatever. Hopefully we'll be done with this grass field by then anyway. Now, you might be saying to yourself, well, you just leased the mowing, Z. You don't have any kind of a mower set up yet. You're right, I don't. That's some of this money that we have. We're going to have to spend it on mowing stuff as well, right? We're going to have to. Early on, we really didn't need to. We had the sickle bar for a little while. We ended up getting rid of the mower stuff for a while, right? Which was fine. And then we didn't need it for a while because we had so much grass that we had just been storing up for early on because we really couldn't do anything with that grass that we mowed. We were initially obviously selling some of that grass in pallets as silage, but the pallets themselves were not selling. And then Crestu told me, well, I think all of you actually led me to believe that, and then I talked with Crestu, and yes, that's not something you can do. The pallet has to sell with it. So since it wasn't, we made that mistake early on, and we had to kind of shift gears and pay some of that money back. There's not really a way for me to do that on console, so I had to kind of get creative with how I did that. But anyway, we did, and that's where we're at now, right? So we had a bunch of grass in there mowing because we had expected just to turn it into silage and then sell it. And then we couldn't do anything with it because we had no way really to do so with it. But yeah, we're getting there, gang. We are getting there, slow and steady, man. But we are getting there. This thing's great, man. I would have already had to make 2 trips. We've at least 2 trips, and we've only had to make 1, and we still have just a little bit left to go. I gotta be careful on this turn, though. I'm likely to kill some cotton here. Nope, we made it. Only just, but we made it. So as soon as we get this grass up, the next goal for me is I'm going to focus on getting the sheep moved. And then when that's all said and done, we're going to get the plow out, and we're going to start making a new field up here. The odds are the workers are going to be done with everything before all of that's done. I'm just going to be fully transparent with you. I hope that maybe we have some time to do that over there, but we really might not. We really might not. I am going to have time to get out of the way here, though. We already got one bale of cotton on that big field over there, so that's great. There's another bale on the back, so we're going to get some good amounts for Grandma's knitwear there with that. Ooh, and we're full here. Let's go unload this. We're full. Didn't even notice that when I was turning around. Okay, so I think the first amount here I'm going to put in the brand new pen that we haven't. We don't have anything in yet, so I'm going to put it in there, and then we're going to actually get some chickens in there right now. And is it right here? Yeah, it's right here. It just wasn't close enough. And then the next load we can take over there to the other one. All right, where is the marker here to buy some chickens? I was literally right on top of it. Okay, so let's buy one rooster. I know people say you don't need one, but I like to have them in there because normally you would want one in there, right? You don't need it, but you normally would want one in there. I'm going to buy a bunch right now. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to buy a bunch. I'm going to buy 150. And then let them reproduce the rest of the way. We got a bunch of chickens now on both sides. Those chickens are going to be waking us up all night. Because our little temporary house is right there, right? So those chickens are going to be really waking us up in the morning. Well, the rooster will be waking us up in the morning. Each rooster will be waking us up in the morning, I guess is how I should put it. But that's okay. Now, the nice thing about that windrower that we just bought, we can utilize it here on the straw as well, right? It's not just going to be, selective for the grass. We can use it for the straw as well. So that's really, really going to be helpful, I think. All right, this is going to be a mess. We'll jackknife this for a minute so I can turn around. There we go. Things are really coming together now, gang. Really coming together now. I feel like I said that the last time we sold the clothes, and it was, but we got even more money this time. Even more money this time. The last time we spent the money on the harvester, the cotton harvester, right? Which a lot of you said I should have just, went the approach of leasing that, and maybe you're right, but I wanted that harvester badly, and I just know we're going to utilize it a lot, and we already have, right? Because most of the fields we have, and for the foreseeable future, most of the fields we have are going to be cotton, right? We're really only going to have the other fields for things that we, need them for like the chickens and other animals and other things we're making, right? That's really the only reason we're going to have anything. We're very heavy into the cotton here for this series. We're also very heavy, honestly, we're going to be very heavy soon into building ourselves a bit of a winery. I said that before, right? We're going to put some grapevines up there on the side of the hill. I really like that idea. You would see that pretty close to a lake or ocean like this anyway. So I kind of like that idea of doing that. So we'll kind of focus on doing that a little bit later on in this series, but it is going to be coming sooner than you might think. Now that we've got, now that we're starting to make some major upgrades that we desperately needed for the series, right? In regard to pieces of equipment, and etc., right? So. Now, one thing I will tell you is that this last load of grass here, it's likely not going to go into our silage stick. The reason why I'm saying that is I'm probably going to put it in our new area that we're going to put down for our sheep. I talked about that, I don't know, a number of episodes back. It is not a cheap pen that we're going to put down. It's very expensive. It's going to cost over $100,000 for sure. It'll probably be near $200,000, which you might say to yourself, that's crazy, Z. Why would you spend that kind of money? It is crazy, but, having all of those clothes... Well, having all that wool, coming in, and having Grandma's Knitwear just unload that, at a level that we haven't seen yet, we're going to have so many more clothes for the next season. When April comes back around next season, we're going to have so many then that it's going to make this sell day look like chump change, right? We're going to have so much money then, and that's really going to get us to a point where we're very close to being in a position where the series can you know, finished soonish. When I say soonish, what I mean realistically, I didn't even need to drive over that. I was just talking away, not paying attention. What I mean by that specifically is, you know, we'll be able to buy most of the fields on the map probably at that point, or very close to it, if not, right? We've got to get the house going soon with this money. We're going to be able to do so. It is going to take us a lot of money to get there. Now, a lot of you have chimed in, and thank you for doing so. When I say you've chimed in, I'm talking more specifically from the range of what I should do to get to the island. I've said I wanted to pull some of the land out and then put a bridge across, try to make it look relatively realistic. A lot of you said don't even do that, just do the bridges. I might do that. I don't know. I still kind of like the idea of pulling the land out, even if it costs me a little bit of money to do so. And the reason why I like that idea is there's a couple reasons for it. One, I just like the idea of having a small bridge connecting the two islands and you know, water still allowed to go through. Now, you could say, well, you just do the bridges and your water would still connect through. You're right, it would, but putting bridges on top of each other, I don't know if that's going to look right. I'll play around with it some more. I've played around with it a little bit, as you clearly can probably tell. But I'll play around with it some more, and maybe I'll come up with something like you're all mentioning. Maybe I won't need to pull any of the land out. But at least for right now, my initial plan, goal, thought, whatever you want to call it, is still to do my initial thought, which is to pull the land out a little bit and then do a bridge. But we'll see. We'll see. Enjoy your home for a while, sheep. You're getting ready to be sold. And we're going to have some new sheep. Oop, whoop. Wrong one. Just want this one. Was that just a random piece of grass that just spawned in, like glitched in and then glitched back out? Did you see that? Is it just me? Oh, there it is again. You see that? What is that? I'm not even going to bring the wind rower down for this. It's not even worth my time to do it. It's just one little patch here. And I said I wasn't going to put this in the windrow stick, and then I proceeded to just go ahead and do so. That's all right. We'll take it back out of the windrow stick. It's not going to chew through all that grass that quickly. It's just not possible. We also, like I said before, and I didn't buy it. I should have. I screwed up already. We need to buy the mineral feed for the cows, right? They're okay right now. I guess I don't necessarily have to do it right now, but the TMR mixing station, whatever you want to call it, is not actually operating right now, so I kind of want it to operate. So we'll yeah, there is some grass there. For some reason it was just like glitching out. I don't know, it's weird. There's some more up here too. See that? Weird. Am I even going across what I need to be going? Yeah, I'm getting some. It's a small amount, but I'm getting some. Okay. I have rambled on for a long time today, gang. We have not done a time-lapse yet. We need to get the sheep moved first. Well, we need to get them sold, get that whole area over there sold, and then put the new one down. We need to do that first and foremost. And I think the worker said they might be full again, so we need to go over there and get the worker unloaded again. So let's get this back over here, and we'll get the silage stick loading this thing back up, because I screwed that up already. It's not a big deal. I mean, we're going to have to go back over there anyway. Well, we were going to have to come back over here, rather, to get the rest of this grass anyway, so we'll have to go right past it again anyway, so it's not a huge deal. Did you get what I mean? I hope. Alright, where... I'm always having issues with finding a spot to load this thing up. Okay. There it goes. Yeah, it looks like the workers are going to get both these fields done, but that's fine. It's not a huge deal. We had some other things that were a little higher priority for us, right? So that's fine. All right, so let's head on over here. I'm going to actually do something backwards here. I'm going to put the new sheep pen down first, We'll get all of that sorted out. We'll buy the sheep, and then we'll go over and sell the other ones. I'm do it a little bit backwards, I think. Okay, we got to go knock down a tree, and I just wanted to drive over here and show you that our other trees have started to grow. Remember I showed you before that I had planted a bunch of trees, but I really had no proof to tell you that there was enough there to prove that I put down as many as I was supposed to. Well, now you've got the proof. They're there. Look at that. There's lots and lots of trees in there. That's a lot of trees. It's a lot of trees. We're on our way to making our little bit of a tree tunnel that I was kind of hoping for on the way to the bridge to our dream home, right? More needs to be done, and obviously when we chop this one down, we're going to have to plant more, and they're going to be at different growing stages, but that's fine. Not really that big of a deal. Once they get to their tallest point, it really won't make a difference anymore. But yeah, it's underway, man. It's exciting. So we're going to come back over here. We're going to get rid of one tree, maybe two. There is going to be a stump there. I understand that. I'm just going to have to deal with the stump for the time being. I'm going to try to cut the tree as low to the ground as I possibly can. And that way, maybe it won't be as big of an issue. But eventually, yeah, we'll figure out a way to get rid of that stump. We don't have a way currently. Well, I'm sure we'll change that, like I said, right? I'm sure we'll change that. Now, the only thing I have to figure out is how big do I want this pin to be, right? There is a chance here I could make it too big, and I'm kind of leaning towards doing that. What does that mean? Well, that means we're going to have gigantic, truly gigantic fields of grass to be able to feed and accommodate the cows and the sheep. But it would certainly provide a lot more clothes for us next season when we go and sell, right? It would provide a lot. Okay, so the one tree specifically that I 100% know we need to get rid of is this one that's really the closest to it that you can see right here. And then maybe that one, but I don't think we'll have to. I think we can get away with it. I hope. But like I said, I'm going to try to get this one as low to the ground as humanly possible here. That's pretty daggone low. Now, I'm going to have to drag this tree all the way over to our sawmill, which is a far, far away. I'm not going to do that today. I'm going to hold you off, or I'm going to hold you off. I'm going to refrain from making you watch me do that. But off camera, we'll pull it back over there. And we just got to remember, before December, we've got to plant more trees, more saplings because of this, right? We just got to remember that. For the time being, I'm just going to lean it up here against the edge of the greenhouse here. Perfect. And then, like I said, we'll bring it back a little bit later. It's kind of in the way, kind of. But, I'll take care of it between now and more than likely the next episode. If not the next episode, the one following that for sure. We're starting to get a little long in this episode, and in this series has always been the one that's always had the longer episodes. So we're definitely, I think, we're either going to do another episode in April, like I mentioned, but I think I'm going to lean against not doing that. But what it might mean is that this field over here, well, realistically, it might be ready to mow again by the next month, but we may not have time to plow it up either. Oh, did I miss more grass? It looks like I did. There's more grass missed. Oh well, it's just small little bits. It is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it now. Okay, so let's do this. Let's do this sheep pen here. Now, this is what I'm saying. I'm not quite sure how large I want this to go. Overlaps with another item. Yeah, okay. It's overlapping. I think it only overlaps right here. I think. I think it's just with that stump that we just did. I don't think it's anything else but that. I don't think. I'm going to go here. I'm going to hope for the best here. If it's not perfect, it's not perfect. But I think it's floating a little bit there, isn't it? I think it's the stump. Okay. So let's try to fix this. It's definitely the stump. It's definitely the stump. Let's try to fix this. Okay, let's try that. It's probably still going to do the same thing, I think. Looks like it might work okay there. It's a little bit further to the left than I was hoping, but I think it might work right there. We'll go with it. Yeah, we want to customize it. It sticks out here a little bit, but we already said that this path that I made was a little bit too big anyway, right? We already kind of agreed that that was a little bit too large, but that's okay. All right, so we're going to see... I mean, this is going to get expensive. I mean, I kind of wanted to go all the way down here to the end, but this is going to get expensive. And then if we go up top of the hill and come back around, this is going to be a gigantic field, right? This is a gigantic field. Let's do that. This is, again, this is going to be way too large, I think. But, you know. Yeah, this is going to be gigantic, man. We're going to have so many. All right, where I can't even figure it out. It's right around there, isn't it? I need to find like kind of an easy way to get there. That looks like it's probably going to be our best bet right down here. Yes, plant meadowgrass. That was very expensive. We're down to 612,000. But, I mean, that is a large, large grass field for them. And there's a lot of open area here. It's not very flat. It's kind of flat down here, but it's, you know, whatever. They can come in here. It's flat in here, right? Yeah, this is going to work. I'm going to have to get rid of that stump, though. That is going to be a problem. It's definitely going to be a problem. And I think this tree is going to be a bit of a problem as well. So we're definitely going to have to trim those down. The actual pallets themselves might be doing a little bit of weird stuff here. But you know what? I think it's going to work. I think it's going to work. No, not slope. We want soften. Let's just see if we can fix this up a little bit. I don't know if I'm going to be able to until we get rid of that stump, but we'll see what we can do. All right, that'll work. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. We'll make it work. Yeah, we'll make it work. All right. Let's buy some sheep here for this. Again, I'm probably not going to buy a ton right now. Having said that, you never know. Maybe I do buy a ton. How many can we hold? 2,104. That's a lot. That's a lot of sheep. It's a lot of sheep, gang. That's a lot of sheep. Let's buy some that can reproduce. I don't know. 25 of each. Is that enough? I don't know. Probably more than that. Let's buy more than that. How much would it cost for 100 of each? It's probably gonna be a lot. 53,000. Yeah, I don't know. I don't think I want to go that high. Let's we'll do 50 of each. 50 of each is still a lot. This is taking us way down to a low amount of money here compared to what we started with, right? Well, when we sold all that stuff, at least. Okay, there we go. 50 of each. That's a lot of sheep. We got 200 sheep in there already. That's a lot of sheep. Let's get them some food. I bet the workers are done, aren't they? This one's not. He needs to be unloaded. I'm just wasting money. Come on, Z. Looks like the cotton harvester though is done. So it's looking like you might not get a time lapse today, gang. There's probably not going to be any time lapse. We had so much to do. It just the time just flew by. It's a good thing. I'm enjoying it, but yeah, there's lots and lots to do. Lots and lots to do, man. Why is this... Oh, boy. Okay, I didn't think that was going to happen. Oh, boy. How do I fix that? Can I fix that? Okay. I don't know how that all happened. I guess I'm going to have to reset it. I don't know how else to fix that. How do I fix that? How do I fix that? I don't know how to fix that. Well, we reset it. I'll have to come get it. It's unfortunate. I didn't want to reset it, but kind of have to. It is what it is. Okay. Alright, so the sheep are good. We don't have to worry about water. Water's included with this pen. The sheep are good. I can turn these back off, these icons. And that amount of grass should be enough for them for the time being. It really should. Let's take over for this worker. Let's finish this little strip up here. But yeah, that's, I mean, we've got a lot still to do, and this episode is already super long, man. So we're going to have to do the rest of this here in the next one, which is fine. It's fine. We had a lot of other things on our minds to get done here. We still have to sell the other sheep, right, and the other pen, which will be nice. We'll get a little bit of money back for that. Obviously, it's not going to be perfect, but we'll get a little bit of money back for that. So we got 3 bales off of that windrower, and there's probably still, well, not even probably, there's still some for sure in there, and an unfinished bale that we can unload. That's going to be pretty hefty, man. That's really going to get Granny's knitwear up and running even faster, right? That's going to be good. That's going to be good for us. Now, whatever we do make probably between now and the next episode on clothes, we're likely going to sell again. Like I said, we're more than likely going to jump to March. For whatever reason, if I decide not to, you'll see it, I guess, in the next episode. But we're going to probably sell whatever's there as well for the next month for clothes. Because normally April and May are both really good for clothes. And sometimes May is even better than April. And you could argue, well, why didn't you wait? Well, technically April's supposed to be the best, so that's why we didn't wait. But look at them up there on the side of the hill. I feel like that's a perfect addition over there, because we weren't really going to utilize anything on the side of that hill at all, right? Now we do. Same with the cows on that side over there. Obviously, they didn't go up as far on the hill as this one does. But, yeah. That's fantastic. All right, let's get this unloaded. I'm not sure if all of this is going to fit. All of this, excuse me, is going to fit into our trailer or not. I'll tell you what, we'll throw a little bit of a mini time lapse in here. We'll get the rest of this unloaded here, get it all over to the chickens, and then we'll pick up all the bales, and then we'll head on over there and take care of the sheep, the old sheep. Yeah, it's full already, isn't it? It's full. Okay, and we'll take care of the old sheep, get them sold and all that stuff. So let's just do this little mini time lapse here. Let's get this done. There's a little bit more over here, actually. I can't forget that. I should probably look at the whole field, so we'll do that too. that's all done, gang. I put everything away as well. And, yeah, it's time to go get rid of these old sheep. And the pen and everything for them. We're going to go ahead and take care of that right now. So let's head on over here and visit. And where is the mark for... I might have to turn it back on. I was probably right over top of it again. I literally was. Normally am. Alright, so we're going to sell all of these. Yeah, it's not going to be anything crazy, but it is going to put some money back in the bank account, which is good. We've got plenty of money right now, which is a great thing to have, right? We spent a decent amount on the new pen for the sheep, but like I said, I think it's really going to help progress us a lot. Okay, there we go. And yeah, we left a little bit of food in there, but whatever, that's fine. So be it. And we want to sell this for $8,847. So it puts us back at $550. There is some wool over here that we need to bring over there. We can worry about doing that, honestly, in the next episode or whenever, really. Now, one thing to note, more than likely, I would be very surprised if it's not, let's put it this way. More than likely, this grass field right here that we mowed is probably going to be good to mow again next month. Weeded, right? And maybe we will. Maybe we do mow it again before we turn it into a field. I don't know. Fully haven't figured that out yet. We've got a lot really to do in the next episode. We've got to get this field plowed up. We've got to get the straw up here and then get this field plowed up. We've got to get the oilseed radish in. You know, get all that set and prepped and everything ready to go. And then obviously this field, right? Which, like I said, it may be ready to mow again next month. If it is, maybe we mow it one more time. Who knows? We've got to figure out what we're going to do with the mowers as well, right? We don't have any of that right now, so we got to figure that out too. So there's still a lot to figure out, a lot to decide on. But we are going to leave the episode here. I do hope you enjoyed it. Smash the like, subscribe button if you did. It should be a nice long episode. I'm thinking it's going to be somewhere between 45 and 60 minutes, which is a pretty long one. It's probably going to be closer to the 60-minute range. So hopefully you enjoyed it. And if you did, like I said, I would greatly appreciate a like and subscribe. It really does help me out a lot. Thanks to my members for all of their continued support, especially. They do help me tremendously. If you want early access to videos like this one, there's a link down below where you can become a member on the channel, support me and the channel more specifically. Every dollar that you give me as a member goes right back into the channel. I explained that many times, but if you need me to explain it again for whatever reason, I'm happy to do so. Second channel, Discord shop. Speaking of that, the shop. It should... it's probably tomorrow or the next day. There should be a new shirt released. Maybe even today. I don't know. I'm recording this one obviously well ahead of time because I'm going to be gone, as I mentioned. But anyway, if you haven't checked it out yet, check out the shop. There should be a new shirt that's released. Second channel, Discord. I said everything else. Everything I've said, I'm done. Thanks for watching, gang. Thanks for your support, as always. I'll see you next time.